Okay, so when you think about dangerous jobs, what's the first thing that jumps into your head?
Well, usually the really obvious ones, right? Soldiers, maybe firefighters.
Exactly. Maybe construction workers way up high. Those high stakes ones capture the imagination.
Sure.
But what if the actual range of danger is, well, much broader, touching jobs you might not even suspect?
Hmm.
Our look into your sources for this deep dive really got sparked by this fascinating idea
Yeah,
that for a lot of these jobs, the very first step, maybe even subconscious, is just overcoming fear every single day.
that's a powerful starting point.
So our mission today is basically this. Okay, let's unpack this deep dive into your sources. Let's find the most important nuggets of knowledge about, well, arguably the world's most dangerous jobs.
Right.
We're trying to help you get that knowledge quickly, but, thoroughly, maybe with a few surprises along the way.
Absolutely. And the main source we're looking at today, it does give a specific list from 2017. But like you said, the dangers themselves, the impact of these roles, that stuff
Hmm.
is pretty timeless.
Right.
So we're going to dig into not just what makes them dangerous, but try to get at the nuanced why. Give you a real feel for what stepping into harm's way actually means.
Perfect. So let's jump in. Maybe start with one that might seem a bit less intense than a soldier at first glance, but still has really direct danger. Roofers.
Okay, roofers, yeah.
The immediate thing everyone thinks of is, of course, falling. Big risk.
Huge risk. Can't ignore that.
But the source pointed out something else, a kind of less obvious, almost insidious danger.
Exactly. Falls are clear, always present. But the source really emphasizes that long exposure to the sun.
Ah.
And it's
Yeah.
not just, getting a bad sunburn. It can directly lead to serious stuff like heat stroke,
Okay.
but also contributes to chronic problems, high blood pressure, even a higher risk of heart attacks down the line.
Wow.
It really shows how those sort of environmental hazards build up over time. They could
Yeah.
be just as deadly as a sudden fall. It's this quiet, cumulative threat.
That definitely changes how I think about dangerous for a roofer. Okay, switching gears. Completely different setting. Traffic enforcers.
Hmm.
I mean, just managing chaotic traffic sounds incredibly stressful already.
It is.
But the source details a specific kind of danger here that really, well, it made me stop and think.
Yeah, and what's interesting is the context the source gives,
Mm-hmm.
especially in places where, say, traffic lights are few and far between or just broken.
Right. I can picture that.
These enforcers are literally stepping into moving traffic, trying to prevent crashes, keep things moving at all.
So they're right in the line of fire, basically.
Pretty much. They're a constant risk of getting hit,
Hmm.
run over, whether it's deliberate or just, irresponsible drivers.
Leading to serious injury or worse.
Exactly. And it highlights how bigger problems, like, say, poor infrastructure, can create this immediate personal danger for people on the ground. Requires constant vigilance, a unique kind of bravery, really.
From traffic chaos to a different kind of front line, it's definitely no surprise that police officers are on this list.
Not at all.
Most of us get the idea that they face a constant threat, but the source makes an interesting point about how wide that danger really is.
And that's key. This risk, it applies across the board. All types of officers.
Not just one specific role.
No. From the beat cop walking the neighborhood to a homicide detective digging into serious crimes, even undercover agents in really dangerous spots.
Right.
Their lives are basically always on the line for the people they're trying to apprehend. The source uses the term villains, which is stark, but it emphasizes that adversarial, high-stakes reality they face daily. Dangers just woven into the job.
Okay, next up. Firefighters. The danger of fire itself, that's crystal clear to everyone.
Obvious one, yeah.
But the source points out that their role, especially maybe in some countries, goes way beyond just fighting fires.
You're absolutely right. Fighting fires is what we
Sure.
associate them with, obviously. But the source highlights that in some places, firefighters respond to a lot more. They're often first on the scene for really bad road accidents, construction accidents,
Yeah.
life-threatening situations.
Ah, okay, so rescue operations too.
Exactly. Complex extractions dealing with dangerous wreckage. They're constantly putting their own lives on the line to save others in those scenarios, too.
So it really shows that multifaceted role they play in emergencies. It's not just flames.
Definitely not. Pushes them into all sorts of dangerous spots.
Okay, now let's talk about linemen and high voltage power workers.
Yeah, that's a serious one.
I mean, working with electricity on the ground is dangerous enough, right?
Absolutely.
But then you add extreme heights, and just massive amounts of voltage.
And that's what's really striking about their work.
Hmm.
The sheer extremity. We're talking hundreds, sometimes thousands of times more voltage than in your house.
Wow.
And they're dealing with this while, like, literally dangling from a tower or even a helicopter sometimes, often in bad weather.
That combination, the electricity and their height.
It's incredible. It's that incredibly dangerous mix of extreme power with really precarious, high-up work environments. Takes more than skill. It's like superhuman focus and just mastering that natural fear.
Then you have miners, just picturing their workplace underground, these man-made tunnels. It feels dangerous.
For miners, danger is just constant, pervasive. It defines their whole existence down there.
Yeah.
The source puts it colorfully. They eat danger for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Huh. Vivid.
Whether it's coal, minerals, diamonds, they're always at risk of being buried alive.
Yeah.
Those tunnels, one wrong move or one misplaced explosive, as the source says.
So vigilance isn't just advised, it's survival.
It's the thin line.
Yeah.
The threat is just always there every single day. It takes extraordinary composure.
Okay, here's one that might surprise some people listening. Herdsmen and ranchers.
Right. Doesn't immediately scream danger.
No, I mean, you think of cows, horses, maybe sheep is pretty docile usually. This one kind of threw me.
It's true, and it shows a different kind of risk. The source makes it clear. It's not a joke shepherding even farm animals.
Meaning
You just can't predict when these animals, even domesticated ones, might get spooked or triggered somehow, become violent in attack.
Oh.
Rangers are always at risk from the very animals they care for. A powerful horse, a protective cow.
I see. So it's not malice, it's just unpredictability and raw power.
Exactly. Creatures way stronger than us.
Yeah.
Requires constant awareness, a different kind of quiet courage.
Okay. Next up, hunters. There's a real irony there, isn't there? The potential for the hunter to become the hunted.
That's precisely the danger the source zeroes in on. No matter how skilled, how trained a hunter is, they're always at risk of becoming the prey themselves, especially in deep jungles, wild areas, dealing with animals born to be predators.
Right. The tables can turn fast.
Very fast. It really brings up that primal dynamic between humans and nature. Out there, you can go from predator to potential prey in an instant. Demands overcoming that fear just to survive.
And then we have fishermen. Most people probably think, okay, the risk is drowning, maybe getting swept overboard.
Drowning is definitely a huge risk, always there.
Sure.
But the source details other big dangers, specifically hypothermia, especially for deep water fishermen.
Ah, the cold.
Yeah. It even mentions that show Deadliest Catch just to paint a picture of how brutal conditions can get. Freezing cold, rogue waves, being totally isolated out there.
A tough combination.
It's brutal. The ocean has way more threats than just going overboard. Really tests human endurance and courage.
And finally, wrapping up the list from the source, soldiers. Their job is, well, inherently risky.
Yeah.
Almost by definition.
Yeah, for soldiers, the risk isn't just inherent, it's understood right from the beginning. Like the source says, they're sent to other countries to fire guns and be fired at.
Starkly put.
Knowing from the get-go that their lives will be constantly at risk from terrorists or soldiers from opposing countries.
What a profound commitment.
It really is. A life of direct, acknowledged danger, where the ultimate sacrifice is always a conscious possibility. Maybe the ultimate example of a job where overcoming fear isn't just daily, it's foundational.
Wow. Okay. We've covered such a huge range of jobs today. From those unexpected dangers, like for roofers or herdsmen, to the intensely obvious, profound risks for soldiers, miners, fishermen. It really highlights all the varied ways people face risk just doing their jobs. And that thread running through it all, that courage, that overcoming fear. So what does this all mean for you listening in?
Well, if we connect it to the bigger picture, I think it really underscores the incredible resilience, the bravery of the people in these roles.
Yeah.
These dangerous jobs, they aren't just stats on a page. They're absolutely essential for society to function.
Yeah.
Keeping the lights on, keeping us safe, often at huge personal cost.
It's definitely something to think about. Our source mentioned that quote at the start. My grandmother used to say, when it's your time, then it's your time.
Right. That fatalistic view.
Does understanding these specific dangers, this intentional stepping into harm's way day after day, not by chance, but as part of the job, does that change how you hear that sentiment?
That's a good question.
What does it really mean to live a life where overcoming fear is just part of the job description? Something for you to mull over, maybe explore on your own?